Reverend Francis Waweru, our VOM chair, Dr. Joyce, our PA chair, Dr. Gonye, all the other guests who are here, including the entire BOM of Kahuhia Girls, wazazi ambao wamefika hapa shule ya Kahuhia, na hawa wadosi wa kesho ambao ni wanafunzi wa Kahuhia Girls National School. Good afternoon. Wazazi hamjambo. Oza. Oza oza. Sianini mwakigwa siana sianyu. Mimi nimefurahi sana kuja hapa Kahuhia siku ya leo. Na niliacha the last time we came kuna kitu tulikuwa tunasema. Every minute counts. Thank you very much. Mwalimu, kabla niseme yangu ambayo ni machache sana. Nimesikia kuna salamu imeletwa hapa na Dr. Monga. Na nikasikia reception. Na nikajiambia nilete salamu, nitaiitisha baadaye kwanza nifikishe. Niletee girls salamu, wacha nione ni gani mnapenda. Na waletea salamu za Alliance Girls. Haya, very well. Na waletea salamu za Muranga High School. Na waletea salamu ya Mugoiri Girls. Na waletea salamu ya Jiris Boys. Asanteni sana kwa kupokea salamu, hata ile hamujapokea wazazi wameona. I am very glad to be here today. Na vile nimesema itakuwa machache. First of all, I want to apologize to our parents. We have some ongoing works around the school. And I know when you are making something better, sometimes you have to make it worse first. And that is why I know in terms of mobility around here, the road was a challenge. But it's because, as you can see, it is under repair and construction or periodic maintenance. So the next time you come, I'm sure it will be better. Ni barabara hii tunatengeneza ya Muranga all the way to Kangema. The second thing is that, yes, where we are meeting is a field, but I'm sure the school is, the precincts of the school, especially where the classrooms are domiciled, is much better. Baraka ya mvua ni mzuri, but I also know leo uwaja imekuwa uwaja vile tumeona. But it's basically because sometimes even as a leader, there is a limit to what you can do. Because you can't mark a field, for example. The much you can do is to plant grass, and I am sure you have taken note. Ningetaka kwanza ni oge machache sana kwa hawa wadosi wa kesho. I was here last time we had such an event, and there are just a few things on top of the insightful talk we had from Prof and Chairman and Vero. I just want to add just a few. Practical, the ones I have seen myself without being lectured or told. And especially in regards to what we expect when we are leaving Kahuhia and when we are leaving universities and therefore joining the world that we all are with the parents. One thing I have seen to the young ladies, the young women, the young engineers who are here, the young doctors, the young leaders. When you go out of Kahuhia, which has close to 80% transition to university, and you transition to a university, and therefore from the university you graduate, the normal thing we do is to look for a job, and it's normal. But when you get a job or an opportunity anywhere, including what we do in terms of leadership, then even within that field, there is competition. When you get a job in a bank, there is a competition on who to become the manager and the leader, the team leader for the others. When you become a politician, there are also hierarchies in terms of performance and the rest. When you are in business, it is also a competition. But there are some things that I've seen that are very critical, and especially to those who want to step out, those who want to be above average, in whichever case you choose, either as a doctor, either as an employee of a bank, either as a business person, or any other. There are things you hear, but I'm just saying them because I know they are practical. One I have seen is that you need to be grounded. As a lady who is here, be grounded. Have some compass that controls you. But yes, you are here. There is some freedom around you. But up to what point do you then see, I can't step out of here? And within that one point, there are things that I have seen hata wazazi mutaniuga mkono. In the current world, there are some things that are actually more important than academic qualifications. One, they look banal, they look easy, but they are very, very important. One is honesty. In that issue of being grounded, you must be grounded around honesty. I have read the Forbes list. I have read books of leaders who have made differences across the world and across history. I have not seen one who benefited out of dishonesty. The second thing is trustworthiness. As a leader, as a parent, as a teacher, as a student, we may say many things, but how do people know you? Yes, there is how you describe yourself, but mtu akiacha kitu kwa darasa yako na aikose, akikuona huwa anafikiria nini? What kind of a brand have you built around yourself? How trustworthy are you? I can also tell you the truth. I am yet to see a billionaire. I am yet to see a millionaire. I am yet to see a successful leader who made it out of being untrustworthy. I have also not seen a bank promoting anyone to become a team leader who has a trait that is contrary to that. There is something else that I want you to always have. Within that one point, responsibility. These things, they look banal, as I said, but they are very critical. When you are late, for example, you work in a bank, there is a branch manager there. You work in a hospital, you already became a doctor from Kahuhia. You are already a lawyer working in a big law firm. When people see you, and especially your boss, your colleagues, your clients, how responsible are you? Wewe ni mtu wa aina gani? Ukiwachiwa kufanya kitu, hiyo kitu watu waangalia after some time, how do they get it? That is point number one. Point number two, which I have seen is important, is something called communication. Nawambia hizi vitu nasema zinakaa easy, but I want you to start practicing them early. When you become a teacher and you need to become a principal, you need to be telling people something. Either it's parents, students, colleagues who are teachers, and the rest. When you are becoming a politician like I am, you have to sell what you are doing. You have to sell yourself also. Keep refining your communication ukiwa hapa Kahuhia. And communication is in many forms. One communication is conversational. When you are relating with people, what do you say? And what you say is based on what actually do you know. So in your field which you choose to excel in, start as early as now, gaining as much information around it, because it's that communication, it is that information that will give you confidence in communication of it. And when you are in high school, there are so many avenues to practice some of these things. If you already don't have a debate club, start one. Tell Mrs. J here, tunataka kuanza debate club. Because it's a good field where you can hone your communication skills. They are very useful. Lastly, the point I want to give, have vision and be strategic. Have vision. Let me tell you something about myself, though it's not very good to give examples around yourself. There is a book I authored when I was in second year in Kenyatta University, where I was doing economics. So I authored a book titled How to Succeed in High School. That book, I actually also gave some here. If wenye walikuwa wameenda nazo, we can organize a few more. Now, this is the interesting thing. When I authored that book, I was in second year in KU. I barely knew Kiharu because I come from a place called Gaturi. Na mtu wa Gaturi akienda kama Nairobi, hata hukuji upande. Unapitiaga Muranga town ukienda. So there are so many people from Kiharu who actually don't know the other half of Kiharu. And I was that kind of a person. Now, when I authored this book, second year, university. Hapa nyuma ya kitambu, kuna pahali tunaandikaga about the author. Unaandika mambo mengi, lakini hapa chini, unaweka picha ya mwandishi ya hiyo kitambu, na unaandika about that author. So I wrote Nyoro is an economic student in Kenyatta University, and some other stories there. But the last sentence of that book then was that, and Nyoro, who is the author then, many years back as a second year university student, the last sentence about that book that I authored was that, and his future, Kiharu MP. Now, who am I now standing before you? MP for where? Current or future? So, as early as now when you're in Kahuhia, kisha hiyo baraka kwa mtu, saa zingine ni kwa vile tunaomba. What I know for sure ni vile hiyo siku kutaka story mingi, like what every other speaker have said here, all of us are from backgrounds that you could never associate with a person being an MP. Some of us are from a background where even a chief to come from that family was already too much. Some of us are in families where, like myself, we were in secondary school, all of us the same time. My sisters were in Jobe High School. Another one was in college. I was in Form 1. It's where, mukiitwa parade mutu atumwe nyumbani kwa school fees, I knew, unless there was a mistake in the list, I am already there. I mean, nilikuwa tunasikia wanaanza kusoma, I start preparing my mind on how to go home. And therefore I know, ile baraka tunaombea wanafunzi na watoto, Mungu anaisikia, because they are schools. Watoto wanakanyaga tiles. Tumeanza pia maneno ya kabro. Ukiangalia kama shule iko hapa ya Kahuhia primary iko na kabro, Kirogo iko na kabro. We have been able to kabro and landscape around maybe 30 something of them. Hata vile nimechelewa, I was commissioning one of them hapa chini, inaitwa Kiagage. A school that looks like a school where a child of any leader goes. Na kama mungetaka kuona ukipita hapa chini ukiteremka, utaona shule kama hiyo inaitwa St. Joseph Kiagage. It is actually a public school, and we do it on purpose. The other thing, we have a program called Kiharu Masomo Bora. We target day schools. And I want to apologize, maybe that is the reason why we are not able to invest a lot of our resources of CDF in Kahuhia.